Okay, so I'm not going to have you perform experiment 1.1 in the book, and that's because the experiment really doesn't work the way the book says that it should. So if you were to take two balloons and suspend them from a rod like experiment 1.1 shows that you want to do, assume that the balloons are exactly the same in their mass, and you have an empty balloon on one side, you've got a full balloon on the other. The experiment says that what you should anticipate is that because air has mass, that balloon on the left side there will actually dip down with the rod. But it turns out what happens is just the opposite of that. As you inflate that balloon, not only are you putting mass of air in that balloon as opposed to the empty balloon, but you're actually increasing the surface area, and the air in the room, the atmospheric air pressure in the air in the room is going to buoy that balloon up. It's actually going to rise, not sink. And so it does just the opposite of what the book says that it should. I'm going to show you a short video from a Flynn scientific video where the instructor shows you this in a little different way. Let me show you what that looks like here. Okay, now in this video, the instructor is putting some dry ice. That's just carbon dioxide that's in its solid form inside a balloon. And what happens with dry ice is it sublimates at normal atmospheric pressure. It never goes through a liquid phase. It goes straight from the solid phase to the gas phase. So she has a solid dry ice in the balloon, and she's going to tie it off, and then she's going to put it on a scale. And when she does that, the mass of the balloon is going to be measured as well as the mass of the dry ice, and it comes to like 42.6 grams. But now she tears it and she zeros it. As that balloon expands, nothing is escaping out of the balloon. It's all just expanding within it. But look at that. It says it's got a negative value, a -9, a -0.1 values. As this continues to expand, it's actually going to get to where it says it's a -1.93 grams. And what's going on is that as the volume of that balloon increases, it displaces more air in the surroundings, and that air in the surrounding is actually buoying it up. It's lifting it up just a little bit. And so while the balloon doesn't lift up off of the scale there, it is actually being lifted by the air in the room. And so if you were to perform the experiment the way the book tells you to, you should see that balloon with air, you should see it actually rise above the balloon that has no air in it. And so the point of the book is true. Air has mass, and when you blow air into a balloon, you are increasing the mass of that balloon if you tie it off. But of course, if you perform that, it will show you just the exact opposite of what the book says if you put it on a scale. So that was the whole reason why I'm not going to have you do Lab 1.1. And we'll move on.